Boss battles have been a part of the video games industry since the industry's early days. This even served as some difficult challenges that pushed players to their limits. Well, boss battles are a part of many different games, but some games make boss battles an integral part of the experience that they are almost defined by these clashes. In today's video, we're going to talk about the games where you will feel like a boss when you will play them. So without any further ado, let's get started. Number 15. Coliseum Road to Freedom. This game was released in 2005. Coliseum Road to Freedom is an action RPG, which is set during the empire of Emperor Commodus. The game's concept is authentic and is inspired by the popularity of the film Gladiator, which stars Russell Crowe. However, this game performed an incredible job of nailing the atmosphere. It will satisfy gamers with a passing interest in ancient Rome and its aura in the video game world. The gameplay also offers a lot of freedom to live out your fantasies. Number 14. Grand Ages Rome. Grand Ages Rome is a real-time strategy and an empire-building game, which is set during the final years of the Roman Republic. In this game, players are asked to complete missions and to build a reputation as a leader for real-life historical figures like Mark Antony, Pompey Magnus, Marcus Tullius Cicero, and Marcus Crassus. The game surrounds actual historical events, including the slave uprising led by the retired gladiator Spartacus. Number 13. Gladiator Begins. Gladiator Begins is a prequel to Coliseum Road to Freedom and is based on the end of Emperor Marcus Aurelius Antoninus' ultimate years as a ruler. The game is based on historical fiction and follows a similar plot of the film Gladiator by casting Commodus as the central antagonist and the player as the gladiator. Despite being on the minor system, Gladiator Begins is a much bigger game than its ancestor with a more formal concept and even more freedom to create fighters in the arena. Number 12. Ryger, The Legendary Adventure. Ryger, The Legendary Adventure is a 3D edition of the 1986 Ryger that was released previously. Just like the original game, Ryger features a story that is based in Greek and Roman mythology. Ryger is equipped with the disarmor and functions well from the Castlevania and the Blades of Chaos from God of War. The in-game setting is a must-try out for fans of a Roman setting, with terrific gameplay and epic boss fights. Number 11. Centurion, Defender of Rome. Centurion, Defender of Rome is one of the first turn-based strategy games that worked well on consoles. The game takes place in the year 275 BC, where players are tasked to rise through the ranks of the Roman troops to become Caesar. Despite the insufficient mechanics, this game remained as one of the most accurate portrayals of ancient Rome on gaming consoles. Number 10. Batman Arkham City. Out of all the comic book superheroes, there are very few superheroes who have a rogue gallery as impressive as Batman. Batman Arkham City features iconic villains like the Joker and Penguin alongside Clayface and the Mad Hatter. The bosses aren't a reason for Batman to punish some villains. They are a crucial part of the story, and the fights often feature some clever strategies based on the opponent of Batman. Number 9. Cuphead. When it comes to boss fights, there are very few games that can match up to the Cuphead. The game was released last year and has received critical praise. It has sold millions of copies and is created completely around the boss fights. Each boss is beautifully designed and animated in the game's 1930s art style. This also makes these battles unforgettable not because of their grinding down the difficulty, but because of their visual amazement. Some of the battles in Cuphead may have allowed players to throw their controller in anger, but it still gives the satisfaction after you defeat a particularly difficult boss present in the game. Number 8. Dark Souls. Dark Souls is a series that features tough gameplay and incredible boss battles. From the Bell Gargoyles fight to Gwen, Lord of Cinder, and the memorable throwdown with Sif, this game is a sequel of some great boss battles. Number 7. God of War 3. When it comes to gods, Kratos is a brutal killing machine. The God of War has destroyed some of the most common characters in Greek mythology, but his mission for revenge has still not got over. God of War 3 offers some of the most stunning and completely brutal boss fights in God of War history. This includes some of the jaw-dropping clashes with the Grace of Hercules, Poseidon, Zeus, and many more. With the upcoming God of War game focusing on Norse mythology, it will be interesting to see if any of the boss battles from that game can outperform the fights observed in God of War 3. Number 6. Kingdom Hearts. The boss battles in the Kingdom Hearts series are great for a number of reasons. Many players find the belief of fighting it out with classic Disney villains as a captivating opportunity. But the thing is, battles can actually be challenging and intense, even with the modern characters. The Kingdom Hearts series is also known for its intelligent use of hidden boss battles, and with the fights against Final Fantasy VII's Sephiroth standing out as extremely unforgettable clashes. The earlier games present in the series creates an odds for high-quality boss fights. We will expect the same thing from the long-awaited Kingdom Hearts 3. Number 5. Monster Hunter World. Monster Hunter World is a completely unique game. Well, almost every single enemy encounter in this game can be considered as a boss fight. Monster Hunter World is all about taking on tough and deadly beasts with your own strengths and drawbacks that you need to keep in mind while battling with them. Players can even choose to build or capture monsters to earn equipment to craft new materials based on the monsters that they've overthrown. This also encourages you to battle with the same monsters again and again to collect the best gear. The game goes on from 20 minutes to half an hour, and the end of the fight can bring an intense feeling of accomplishment and relaxation. Number 4. Metal Gear Solid 3: Snake Eater. The Metal Gear Solid games are known for their tricky concepts and amusing gameplay. They also have some iconic boss battles. Metal Gear Solid 3: Snake Eater has the theory for having the best all-around boss encounters in the series. Some of the boss fights are completely creative, like the fight with the N that can be won by keeping up the historical sniper to depart from normal motives, or the heartbreaking contest with the sorrow that allows players to handle the spirits of the enemies you have killed in the game. Number 3. Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. Mike Tyson's Punch-Out is created around the boss battles. Well, a lot of care went into making these fights special ones. As the eternal underdog, Little Mac players can take on King Hippo, Piston Honda, and Super Macho Man in a series of fierce boxing contests. You can learn your opponent's weaknesses and study their habits. Only those who will truly master the game will stand a chance to defeat Mike Tyson, who stands as one of the strongest bosses in the game's history. Number 2. Shadow of the Colossus. There are many games that are built completely around their boss battles, but very few have an emotional weight as the clashes in Shadow of the Colossus. Players can take the control of Wander, who is charged to destroy all 16 Colossi. Each fight gives a feeling of a complicated puzzle to players, and the emotional weight behind each fight in Shadow of the Colossus makes it a special game. There are many reasons why this game is one of the most critically acclaimed games in the gaming industry. Number 1. World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft was launched in 2004. The MMORPG has seen its fair share of boss battles, with its attacking bosses standing out to be as iconic. World of Warcraft has often underlined the things that makes an MMORPG special compared to other games. It includes forcing players to build coordinated groups, play their roles, communicate effectively, bosses, and their associated raids. Whether it is the epic fight with the Lich King or the strong fight with Illidan Stormrage, this game has provided some of the most exciting boss battles in the gaming industry. Alright, that's it for today's video. But before we confess our final goodbye, please note new videos are uploaded regularly on a wide variety of gaming topics. Comment on our video to let us know what you want to see next. If you like watching our video, please consider subscribing to our channel by clicking the subscribe button down below. Thanks for watching.